What's up there, taters? This is Tree from treeoflogic.com. I want to talk about beta males and fear. I think I'm going to stop calling them beta males and call them inferior men. Okay? And I might use it interchangeably. Um, do they get laid? Well, it depends. It depends on that individual male and it depends on the circumstances. So then the next question is, have you ever had sex with a beta male? Yes, I have. I'm not ashamed either. Let me just say this. Let me explain. Let me explain. Now, for those of you who are not aware and you probably take issue with the term beta male or inferior male, let me give you this guy's characteristics. He was very shy, very quiet, very obedient. What do I mean by that? Oh, I want, no, by the way, this is when I was in college, okay? So my diet and my attitude was totally different. I'm hungry. I want some chicken. Okay, I'll go get you some. You want some dessert with that? Yeah. And every time I was hungry, I would go to this particular man. We'll call him Charles. I will go to Charles, and I know Charles can always feed me, no matter what. Charles had a car. Charles would take me anywhere I needed to go. He would do all these things in hopes of getting the yum yum. All right? Of course, I didn't respect a guy like that who always was there at my every beck and call. Okay? And I would just see if he had any fight in him. Like I would basically, humiliate him, talk bad again, talk. Well, I would say a lot of demeaning things towards him. And he would just sit up here and either agree with me or just stay silent. No pushback whatsoever. So you see what I'm saying? He is submissive. He's an inferior man. He's a beta. This is what I'm talking about now. Now you're thinking like, Tree, what the hell? Why would you open your legs to some guy like that? Okay, remember, like I said, I made a lot of my mistakes. I don't regret them in college. And I think a lot of us, a lot of men and women, do a lot of dumb things in their late teens and their early 20s. You get a pass, okay? So, thing about this guy is that, he was always there for me to talk to, and he was put in the friend zone immediately. And he was handsome. It's not like he was unattractive. He was very handsome. He was just a beta. He was just submissive. Okay? It was just he worshiped the ground I walked on and did everything I wanted to do that. And of course, women get off on that after a while. They love, we love, well, we, not anymore, but we love the fact that we can control men in that area and everything and just have the strings. Like, I'm gonna make you dance for me, dance for me. Anyway, getting back to how we had sex. So he's been a friend of mine in the friend zone for, I would have to say, at least a year. At least a year. Anyway, we go out to a club, he and I mean, we had a ball because we ran into my friends. So we had a ball, and I mean, we had a good time. Now, my friends, not knowing that Charles was submissive, was pleasing, over pleasing, he catered to everything I wanted. You know, although he was attractive and he had a nice body, I just didn't respect him as a person, as a man, not a person. As a man, I didn't respect him. But my female friends did not know this. They just see a nice package there. And they kept asking me, "Hey, you getting with him? What's up with you and Charles?" I'm like, "No, he's just a friend." Girl, no. And they couldn't understand, like, you have not banged this guy? So they were like, "Okay, we gonna go for it." I'm like, "Girl, do it." He wouldn't. Out of loyalty for me, a woman he was never going to get a chance with, well, until then, he was so loyal that he turned down my friends, and two of my friends were way, way better looking and attractive, better bodies than I had at that time. And he turned them down, and it made them mad. And it was like, I can't believe you got that boy hooked like that. And for some reason, my mentality at that time just turned me on. I was like, oh my God, you turned down my best friend, one of my best friends, but two of them who are perfect tens. I'm serious. They were perfect tens. These women were gorgeous. They had all kinds of popular guys going after them on the campus compound. And I was so turned on with that. I had sex with him as a reward because, he elevated me in my woman's circle because he turned down my female friends that no man would normally turn down for me. And I guess that put me in a different light in their eyes. But they just didn't know what Charles was a beta, baby. He was just in love with me. And that's all that is, dude. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and the sex was good. Actually, it was. And we had sex several more times. Unfortunately, it ended bad. My fault. I was totally to blame because I did break his heart because I end up, he thought we were in a relationship, which we weren't. But I didn't make that obvious. Like I keep saying, this is when I was in college. I was back then I was a girl. Now I'm a lady. You know, I'm totally different. I have a different mindset back then, in college. My undergrad, not my, not post my post alma mater. I think that's what the term is. When I went to get my master's. Okay, I was a totally different woman then than I was, in college. I was a little girl, still had a little girl head mentality. Anyway, I did not specify that we were monogamous. He was monogamous with me, but I was not monogamous with him. And he found out. I was just pretty cold about it, and it broke his heart. And that affected our friendship. I guess that was the day he grew some balls because he never dealt with me again. And he transferred to another school. I think he went to Savannah State. So, but look at the circumstances that happened for us to have sex. And, I did take advantage of this guy, and I only had sex with him under those conditions where he made me, he turned down two of, because I was in a group of 6 of us, maybe 7 of us. And like I said, two of the girls out of all of us were always getting the top tier men during that time. So when you have this guy that they wanted and they couldn't get, and because he wanted me, yeah, man, that puts me at a high regard in a top tier in their eyes. And I rewarded him with it. And like I said, I wasn't in love with him. I still treated him the same way, except that we were just having sex. So I think beta males, submissives, inferior men get lucky, and they do get put in those situations where they do get to have sex. So they're not incels. All betas are not incels. All inferior men are not incels either. These men do get lucky. Okay, it just depends on them, their characteristics, their sex appeal. It just depends on a lot of other things. Like I said, Charles he looked good on the outside, was just dumb on the inside, and I wasn't attracted to that. So yeah, I in conclusion, what I want to say is that don't automatically assume that just because a guy is beta or he is inferior or he is submissive that he has not had sex and that he can't get women. Hell, I know a lot of inferior people, a lot of inferior men on YouTube who are married with kids. Oof, I can't believe they reproduce, honey. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. So yeah, guys, don't be judgmental. Don't don't be biased and think that all betas are incels, that all submissives are incels, that all inferior men are incels. That's not true. That's not true. And I just want to let you guys know that it's always there's always circumstances around certain things, and you need to be aware of them. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, also just let me know what you think. Do you agree that just because somebody's beta doesn't mean that they're an incel? Do you agree with that? If so, let me know, and I will talk to you all in the comments section below. Later, taters.